Welcome back to Beyond the Buzzer. I'm Dave Glavin here with Shay Sullivan. Shay, how are we today?
Doing awesome actually. Great day in the NBA.
Great day.
Mhm.
Emergency pod and big news out of the NBA. Kyrie Irving traded to the Mavericks for Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, a 2029 unprotected first, and a future second rounder. We're going to get into our reactions to the trade, what it means for KD potentially getting moved, what it means for the rest of the league. I know you got a Celtics rant that I want to hear. Um, and if we got time, we're gonna talk East versus West All Stars.
Yep.
But let's get into this trade. First reactions, initial reactions. Who won the trade?
Oh, you're already asking for a winner?
Well,
Uh
it's I mean it's there's no point saying a winner right now, but just initial reactions.
well, yeah, I mean I can give you a winner. I think honestly for what the Nets had to deal with and Kyrie demanding a trade, they got a really good haul, in my opinion, for what I was expecting at least. I guess the whole thing with this was supposed to happen this offseason. Like he requested the trade this offseason, him and KD, like they both wanted out, even though it wasn't public all the time. But there was some problems with the front office. They didn't like it there. I don't know why. Nor did James Harden. Something about that office. So for the fact that they knew, and so did the whole league knew, that Kyrie did not want to be in Brooklyn, they somehow turn around and get Dinwiddie, like that, the haul you just mentioned, which I thought for a package for a guy on a 1 year rental in
Mm-hmm.
with his history of just erratic emotions and you'll never know if he wants to sign there. But for what
No,
they got, I give the win to the Nets, honestly.
yeah, I think when I saw the package, I mean, I sent to you the other day Dinwiddie, Bertans, and a first. And it was a protected first that was still in the range of Luca's contract. I did not think they'd get unprotected and past when Luca's deal expires. Um, but I like it for both teams because I mean Dallas, you're getting an all star for pretty cheap trade wise these days,
Yep.
although it is a rental. Their GM is a former Nike executive, so they've got a relationship, Kyrie and him.
That makes sense.
Um, I think it's risky, like you said, because it's a rental, and who knows with Kyrie whether he's going to want to resign. But he's been excellent this year, easily the best fourth quarter player in the league. Um, I'm interested to see how Luca plays with this high profile of a star next to him.
That's true. First time really ever, right? And
Yeah.
we had Brunson last year, which you could make that comparison of like two
I don't
point.
know.
I mean, that was the point guard though. He in Brunson. Did you think they had this in was his plan? They let Brunson walk, knowing that they'd get a Kyrie or some other point guard in the market because it was ballsy. We both said it. Like, what are they doing, letting Brunson go? And here you go, they get Kyrie.
Yeah, I mean Brunson kind of they didn't offer him the whatever 4 year, $55 million extension when they could, and then he ended up. I don't even think he took a meeting with Dallas. I think him going to the Knicks was kind of in the cards after they hired his dad as an assistant coach. But um, I think the scary part is it might make Luca even better.
Because yeah, the problem with their offense right now is they just double team uh Luca every possession, and then Spencer Dinwiddie is not aggressive at all, in my opinion. I thought he was way too passive. And Kyrie, we know he's not afraid of the moment or shy whatsoever. So, um, we have a frozen. Oh, we're good. We're back
Are
here.
we back?
I think
I think
so.
we're good. Yeah, it was. What were you saying?
I was saying, yeah, the problem with Spencer Dinwiddie, and I'm glad they moved on from this. He wasn't aggressive. But they double team Luca, and they would have no other guy that would want the ball in that situation. And Kyrie,
Mm-hmm.
we know that he's not shy of the moment and not shy to take that big shot. So
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be absolutely huge. The problem now is Kyrie okay playing second fiddle to Luca? We know he's played second fiddle to to LeBron, but Luka,
KD, Harden.
KD.
I think it was different with KD and Harden. Like he still got. I mean, there were definitely games where he would shoot more than KD. Um, I think KD might be probably the easiest player in the league to play off of.
Oh yeah,
But I think kind of did. Um, so in that sense, Luka's gonna be open more, or maybe you can't send a triple team at Luka anymore.
which teams are doing.
Yeah,
Uh, and then Christian Wood automatically becomes like a huge asset now.
they're an option.
He's a third option instead of probably the number two because, like I said, Dinwiddie was not aggressive. He was not the number
Yeah.
two on the team. So
Hmm.
I think does it make them the favorite in the West at this point?
I think it has to be right up there with Denver.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you on that. They're going to be
I'm interested. I think there's still another move for them out there.
really.
They've got all these picks still, um, as well as the Bertans contract. I feel like it's possible to maybe add a. I don't know whether they need a big or because like in a playoff series? Are you throwing Dwight Powell on Jokic?
No, can't do that.
Can't certainly can't be Max Kleba. We've seen that over and over again. He cannot guard a big.
Maybe they go out and pick up like a Jared Vanderbilt or someone like that. I don't know if they go.
Yeah, I mean, I love Jakob Pertl, but I don't think he
Jakob.
fits their their style of play. They want all shooters.
What about? I know you said all shooters, but what if they gave a future first for Mason Plumlee?
You and your first round picks for Plumlee. I like Plumlee on the team, but not for a
Yeah.
first.
All right. Well, I mean, what if he's a guy that you can go get? I agree.
I like it.
If they want to win a championship this year, it's
That's
there
what
for the taking.
that's what I'm saying. You make this deal, why not go make another deal and really establish yourself as a favorite?
Yeah. Well, so right now, you're saying they're second behind the Nuggets, or are they the favorites?
I think I'm talking about coming out of the West. They should be the
Yeah, out
favorite
of the
with the
West.
Nuggets, but I
Okay.
still have not Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Boston, and Philly above them as a title contender.
I agree. I've had some reshuffling of my Eastern Conference recently, but we can get to that in a little bit. But
I know what's coming.
yeah.
I want to talk about Brooklyn now. They're
Mhm.
kind of at a crossroads, and it's going to be determined by what KD wants to do. Like if he doesn't want to be there, there's no other option but to move him. But it's going to have to happen quickly. I mean, we've got 3-4 days. Thursday's deadline. Um, he wanted out in the offseason. I don't know why he would want to stay now if he wanted out, but could have been Steve Nash that he really didn't like. I like the new guy, Jack Vaughn.
Yeah, he's good. Some weird like antics, but otherwise,
Yeah,
yeah, right.
they got a good defensive team. I feel like if they could be a team that could be looking to add another player before the deadline if KD's going to stay.
Yeah, yeah. So I've got a projected lineup. It's the same lineup, but without Kyrie. It's
Yep.
Dinwiddie,
Yeah, I
O'Neal,
want to hear it.
KD, Ben Simmons, Nick Claxton. That's probably your five. Is that roster? We both can easily agree is not a top six roster. Top five roster.
So I go Dinwiddie, Royce O'Neal, Dorian Finney-Smith, KD, Nick Claxton.
You're not even starting Ben Simmons.
No.
Okay, I don't disagree with that one, but those two they kind of do the same thing. Besides, Ben doesn't shoot, but
Yeah,
defender
so
guy.
I just think Claxton, elite defender, Royce O'Neal and Dorian Finney-Smith, great 3-and-D guys. I mean, can Dinwiddie be a second scoring option is the question. I don't think he can.
No, he wasn't on the Mavs.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But you've got Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Joe Harris, all off the bench. Can you package like Ben Simmons and one of those shooters for Fred VanVleet, move Dinwiddie to the sixth man.
I'm not opposed to it. I don't know. I think they're going the other way. I honestly think they're probably going to be selling. I think KD. I am super excited as a Blazers fan to witness. He's gone. He's gone. KD's gone.
I don't think they've right now. They don't have the package at the deadline to get him,
What?
unless it's Simons.
Yeah. Simon's
Yeah,
Harden first.
that's not getting KD.
Well, then KD can stay. There's no one. That's the best offer they'd probably get because
I
KD
think Phoenix can get him.
for more than that.
Phoenix give him Bridges, Cam Johnson, 3 firsts, 4 firsts. It's KD.
Well, then they can do that. I'm not interested in KD at that
Yeah,
price. He's
he's driving a high bargain.
but once again though, like he wants out. When the I don't get NBA players are stupid. Honest to God, they when they demand a trade, their value goes straight down because everyone in the league knows that they want to leave and they can they can give a smaller package.
I think, but Brooklyn's got all the control with KD here. He's got 3 years left on his deal. I mean, I was surprised. I feel like if that was the case with what you're saying, the Nets would not have gotten what they did for Kyrie.
You like that deal? I think it was a good return, but ultimately, like
Ultimately, for what he brings,
yeah, it's
but
really
on an
deal.
expiring, that's still a lot.
Yeah. I mean, if you're saying Kyrie, like I said, he had to leave, and they got Spencer Dinwiddie. Who would you take, Dinwiddie or Simons?
Well, obviously Simons.
And then you're getting a first on a team that I honestly think Doncic is going to stay. Like when Dallas made that move, I think it's a message that they've had some talks at least with Luka. They're not giving up that pick just for nothing. Like they know
No, I agree, but that's still 6 years away. Like a
6 years.
lot can happen in 2 weeks in the NBA.
That yeah, well that's true. But so say maybe it's Simon's Hart and then 2 firsts. I'd do that in a heartbeat. Pair him up with Dame. That roster is now the the West best roster in the West, and like the Nets, Katie, I don't understand what is going through his head right now because he's looking around and saying, all right, well, the Philly 76ers are better than us. The Bucks, they're better
Yep.
than us. Celtics,
Celtics,
they're better than us.
Cavs probably at
Honestly,
this point.
yeah, the Cavs are probably better than us too. Like, I'm hurt. When does he come back? He's not.
He's supposed to be right after the All-Star break, but I like the team.
You like the Nets.
They're they're sneaky.
They've got first round exit written all over them. What is different between this team and last year's team? They're worse. They're worse. And they got swept in the first round to the Celtics, who they're probably going to play again because it's going to take time. They just lost their second best player, and they're adding Dinwiddie. It's going to take time to at least build some chemistry. Number one and number two,
Right now, another move needs to be made for them to have like a real shot at competing.
a big move. It needs to be like you need to. I don't think they were championship ready with Kyrie, and
I do.
they just got rid of Kyrie.
That's where we differ.
I don't know that team. I've not been a fan of them, and you have.
Dinwiddie's played in Brooklyn before.
He was
I think
good.
he's going to be good.
He was very good in Brooklyn, but
I think if he can be the third, like if you can, I don't know.
this team's
I
4
just
games
don't
away
know
from being a
who. I
player.
don't know who's out there to get.
Exactly.
Like
Just send them
flip
away.
that Dallas pick, Ben Simmons, and I mean they've got so many shooters. They don't need all these guys. They need another playmaker.
Yeah. If
And that Cam Thomas dude needs to get minutes.
what happened that
Has
like 44 points in the night, like
Has to.
the NBA. I don't know. There's a lot of drama. This just reminds me of like the Knicks and Cam Reddish and like those guys. There's so many young players in the league that I don't know if the coaches have a stick up their ass or something. But like, how is he not seeing the floor?
I mean,
In
they've got
years?
so many like 3-and-D guards. Like he's not a defender, but like I see playing over Joe Harris, Seth Curry, Royce O'Neal.
If he could put up 44, then hell yeah. I don't know why he
Yeah,
hasn't.
I agree.
Royce O'Neal and
Yeah.
Joe
Royce
Harris.
O'Neal's been very good.
I'm
very
out
good
on
this
Royce
year.
O'Neal. I'm out on these guys that are just like average. Get him out. KD, they are not going to win. You're looking at comparing average guys. The average guy in the Celtics or the Bucks. I mean, Royce O'Neal is the third option now.
Yeah, that can't happen.
You cannot have Royce O'Neal being your third guy. And it's not
No.
Ben Simmons, it's not Dorian Finney-Smith, and Nick Claxton can't even create his own shot or hit a free throw. So
Yeah.
blow it up. Send KD to the Portland Blazers. That's the only team that probably have him or the Suns, or them and the Suns.
He ain't going to Portland.
He's going to Portland. KD
He's
and
not going to Portland.
they love each other, and this has been setting up in the works. I bet the trade's already been worked out. KD this offseason said he's out. He doesn't want to play there, and then we never heard like a bona fide. Oh yeah, I want to be here now. And like the season just started, and he was on the team.
I think it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, it's going to have to happen quick. There's 3 days, 4 days.
Yeah, and I would not be surprised. And he's hurt right now, which could be, like they're like,
That is an asterisk.
yeah, like he hasn't played in a while. I'm sure they aren't eager to get him back out there to re-injure himself before the deadline. I don't know. It's sketchy. I think it's setting itself up for a trade. And he's not going to the East. They'd send him out West.
Yeah.
And unless you're right, it's either make a trade with KD involved or go get someone who I think has to be better than Kyrie.
Which you're not getting an all-star right now.
Not getting it. Not getting it. Unless it's Dame. I mean, you go out and get Dame, but it's not. I don't know.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
I think it's more likely KD because KD doesn't want to stay. He already said he hates the front office. They blew up the head coach. Nash is gone. They brought in another guy. KD hasn't even played. I'm so out on. I'm a KD. I'm not a KD hater, but
I hated KD for what he did to Golden State, but
speaking of Golden State, actually, we had a freeze.
I think we're back now.
All right. Speaking of Golden State, I saw somewhere like
I see Golden State go out and get KD.
Yeah, they would be in the market. Like, why?
I think they've got the best package.
There's a couple teams in the West. There's a couple teams. The market would be there if they wanted to move KD.
If they got KD.
It would be stupid.
Again, it's a wrap. See you later.
But now Curry's
They could. I think they've got the best package.
They've got, former number one pick just chilling on the bench. Or he was
number two,
one.
but still. Number two. Imagine if they took LaMelo, and that's a whole nother pod. But
he had a great game.
Yeah. Let's talk. I want to hear the Celtics rant.
Celtics rant. Gotcha. It's been getting ugly for the C's. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna run you through their last couple of games. So they lost as a 10-point favorite at home to the Phoenix Suns the other night.
Who stink?
They suck. They suck, and especially they're worse on the road. Before that, they were 9-17 on the road. 10 points favorites. You lose that game by 12. You don't even score 100 points. Number one. And then you work the Nets. That's an outlier. That's the only outlier that I will say. They obliterated
that broke the Nets. That broke Kyrie.
Broke them out. Yeah. And then the games before that, they beat the Lakers, which they should have lost. We can both admit. They call a foul. It's a loss. And they lost 3 games prior to that. They lost to the Knicks, Heat, and Magic. So this team is slumping. Grant Williams, he's been a roller coaster. At the start of his Celtics career, everyone hated him. He
probably the worst player in the league.
Yeah, but now he's back to that. I think he's right back. Like, he sucks. He can't shoot.
Ever since that Milwaukee Game 7 where he got 18 wide open threes, it's been straight downhill.
He got full. I don't know what happened to that guy, but like he complains after every call. He's injured after he gets hit and he just rolls around the ground like flopping. He's so hard to watch. I can't. He's really hard to watch. Tatum, I want to pull up the stat, but the last 10 games they are the bottom of the league in assists. They have the fewest assists in the last 10 games. They don't pass. Tatum has gone back to his dribble, step back. Dribble, drive. They don't literally no ball movement. against the Suns, how many assists did they have? They had 18. The Suns had 28. They only had 18 passes that led to a bucket in a 48-minute game. That's ridiculous. That's unbelievable. And we are talking Jason Tatum, who is a MVP candidate, and then
Yep.
Jaylen Brown, who I think is the most disrespected player in the entire NBA. He's an all-star. And those two combined, I don't know. You could say it's a slump, but I'm worried. This team right now, if they're playing at this level or even close to this level come the end of the season, they're a second-round exit. I'm worried.
Yeah, I agree. I think and Milwaukee's only getting better right now. Giannis is on a tear.
Yeah. Horford looks old.
That Clipper game the other day, he beat them basically himself.
Yeah, they started out that game like down 20 too, and
They were down 20 in 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
Exactly. Oh, and they blow that game, but unbelievable. But yeah, Horford is the Giannis stopper. He looks old and washed up.
Yeah.
He hasn't
What can you expect out of him now? Like last year was a fever dream, getting Al Horford playing his best in the playoffs he's ever played.
I 100% agree with you. He hasn't scored over 10 points in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row. He can't even score over 10 points, and he's old. He's not that same defender. He's not the guy, or at least he hasn't looked like it this year. He's not the guy that ripped through on Giannis and throwing it down on him in the playoffs. Like that was
elbow over the face.
That was insane level Al Horford. He is turned into a guy that's probably a bench guy now. He's probably your first guy off the bench.
And they were expecting Grant to kind of take that step up and take his spot, but Grant hasn't.
He is not. I would say bubble wrap Rob Will. Just make sure he gets to the playoffs. Like he's literally getting hurt. He doesn't look the same. He's taking games off. He's trying to play through it. I appreciate that for him, but like put him on 15 minutes a game for the rest of the season and make sure
they need some big insurance then.
Which is they got to go get it. And I don't know. They're concerning to me. And
I think if we get to the deadline and they haven't made a move, I'm out on them as contenders, like championship contenders.
Yeah, Brogdon was a great addition, but was that really what they needed? Like, it was a good trade, but
I'm not hating on that yet. He's sixth man of the year.
He is, but you have
Smart's been out, so that's gonna drive the assist down numbers a little bit. Mm-hmm. He's having his best year, I think, of his career.
Smart, yeah, I agree. But we thought the Celtics bench was deep, and they got no bench. They've got nothing. Luke Cornett, Malcolm Brogdon.
It's not the worst. I mean, they got sixth man of the year, Derek White, who's up and down, and Grant. That's your 8-man rotation.
And Grant can't play at this point. Like he's almost to the point, in my opinion, where he's unplayable. He's unplayable. He's averaging 8 points a game and 4 rebounds. He's getting huge. He's averaging almost 30 minutes a game.
It's not like he's a major contributor on offense. So you got Jaylen Brown and Tatum.
That's true, but I don't know. He hasn't been that guy. And
he's shooting 42% from 3. I'm not out on Grant yet.
I'm so far out on Grant. As of late, I'm saying as of late, in the beginning of the year, he had a pretty good start, but another guy that can't break 10 points. I don't know. You're right. He's not a scorer, but he's not doing those other things that warrant him any playing time. So
yeah,
they're slumping. I don't know. They got to pass the ball. Their offense is Missoula. I think he's part of the problem. Maybe it's like a rookie coach slump thing. Like this is their first real adversity, and yuck, it's not look good.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they're still the best. They've got the best record in the league. They could afford some regression. But I think they need to make a move still if they want to get a title. And they've really got this year or next year to get one, or Brown's gone.
He should be gone because he gets
no love.
No love. And he is one of the he's turned into the new Dame. He's averaging
he could be a number 1. Yeah.
Easily. He doesn't get the recognition, the respect. And yeah, they're currently 37-16, which when you look at other team star players, Tatum and Brown should be the number one duo in the league. Should
Yeah.
be. Tatum, you can match him up with any of the stars, the number ones in the league. In
Yep.
paper and talent wise, he's right there. And then Brown as a number two, like maybe LeBron and AD. Those are the two other guys that might be better, but like I'd take those two over Embiid and Harden. I'd take those two over Chris Middleton and Giannis.
Embiid and Harden, it's tough for me. Embiid's hooping right now.
Who do you got, Tatum or Embiid?
Embiid.
And then Harden or Brown. Like imagine if Brown was with Embiid.
Oh, I don't know. Harden compliments Joel so well.
He does, but he wasn't even an all-star. Didn't even make the all-star.
That was outrageous. Outrageous.
He's not really a good defender.
He's an all-star. Leading the league in assists. It's not even close either. Everyone's like, oh, Halliburton's leading the league in assists. James Harden's averaging 11. He just hasn't played enough games.
No, I agree. He should have been an all-star, but
should have been an all-star.
But the games played.
It's Philly. It's Philly, Milwaukee right now for me. Top two in the East.
Oh yeah, it's a great way to end it. I agree. Philly, those two teams, in my opinion, Philly and the Cavs. I'm out on the Celtics.
Out on Milwaukee?
I'm a little bit out on Milwaukee. I'm not a huge fan. I don't know. It's Giannis or die. Like they got.
He should be the MVP. He's getting Braun treatment now. He should be the MVP every single year. He's the best player in the league. Huh?
Where's Chris Middleton? We
He's
know
Giannis.
We know Giannis is the best. But
yeah, Chris Middleton's they're easing him back in, which is what every team should do with an injured player.
I agree that you should probably ease him back in, but we're getting I don't know.
He had 24 points in 20 minutes last game. He's been solid since he's come back.
Well, he's been all over
10,
the place.
17. He hasn't played more than 20 minutes a game.
Yeah, but he came back in December and then got re-hurt and then missed another month.
And they're a game back.
And they're still a game back. So that's true. I don't know.
Drew Holiday, I mean, that trio healthy is the best trio.
I disagree. I'd have to disagree. I'd go Cavs. I really like the Cavs. I really like the Cavs. They're a sneaky team, dude.
I like the Cavs defensively, but they are not a complete team right now.
They got to add someone else on the bench. But C.D. Osman might be that guy. Like he's coming out of nowhere. He's been playing really good.
He's been playing well.
I'm more out on the Celtics than Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee. You're right. They still have the
best team in the league.
Best player. I don't know about that team.
Best team in the league.
Something about Milwaukee. Like, they haven't been that squad that I picked them last year to win.
Fully healthy, they would have.
That's the thing. Can they stay fully healthy? If Middleton's wavering at all, they have no shot.
I agree. He's got to be healthy.
And he hasn't been all year.
He's back now.
He's played 10 games. Only 10 games so far this year. He scares me. Grayson Allen.
Right. He can't go down the rest of the year.
He's got to play. And we both agree that. I mean, do you like their bench? I hate their bench.
I think they got a solid team.
Joe Ingles, I'm not a fan of him.
Who are you a fan of off the bench? You're not a fan of anyone?
Well, he's averaging only 6 points a game.
You hate Royce O'Neal. What do you expect? He's playing with Giannis and Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton.
I'm looking 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists.
Ideal.
Get it done for me.
What are you looking for in a bench guy? 15 points?
Well, they got to have some scoring off the bench. And right now, it's Joe Ingles, Wes Matthews, and Javon Carter.
Javon Carter's been really good this year.
He's averaging 7. Yeah, so I guess that's
shooting 40% from 3. I think.
I don't know. Maybe I'm down on the bench guys in the league, but there's no team.
I don't know what you're expecting. You keep bringing up all the points per game. It's like they're coming off the bench.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like you're trashing on like the Cavs bench, and I'm saying I don't know how good the Bucks bench is.
I'm trashing on the fact that the Cavs don't have a small forward on the roster.
They don't, and that's a flaw.
They don't have a position. They don't have a small forward.
They can find one though. That's not a
I
huge
don't
problem.
know.
As soon as they fix that, and even if they don't, I think they're talented enough in their defensively
I think
elite.
that I'm not saying the Bucks are perfect. They could still get better. Like we've talked about Jordan Clarkson for months, but
Months.
I like Jay Crowder there too.
They need bench scoring, and they need Grayson Allen. Uh, you like Grayson Allen?
I don't.
I'm not a huge Grayson Allen fan. He's
Well,
jerky.
I don't like him because he's a jerk, but he's having a good year.
Yeah, he is.
41% from three.
He's shooting good, but
Yeah.
they're only 21-13 in the conference. They're an average road team. They're sitting right at 13-12. They're really good at home. They're elite at home, but defensively, another team like they're right there with the Raptors. Like they allow the same amount of points as the Raptors.
They haven't been healthy.
So yeah, maybe we got to see how Middleton reacts. But I'm down on the Celtics and Bucks. I'm up on the Sixers and Cavs. That's my East.
All
A
right.
little reshuffle. I just reshuffled my power rankings.
I got Bucks and Sixers and Dallas and Denver with a little asterisk that if the Lakers make a move, they can get up there with Dallas.
We can talk about the Lakers another time, but I saw the report that the offer from the Lakers was Russ in a first. So how can
Yeah,
you?
that's not getting it done.
No, but
I'm
like,
taking the other op. It takes a first just to take Russ's contract.
yeah, but how can Russ come back and like they were
He's
just trying to
he's
get rid of
used.
him.
He's been traded 3 times. He's used to the rumors.
But he's broken. He's broken in LA. Like they've tried to trade him so many times. He at this point, we will buy him out, get rid of him. They don't need
No,
Russell
no,
Westbrook. They do not need him.
they are not good enough to lose. He's 15.7 assists a game. They cannot. Where are they getting that from? Where are they getting that from?
Uh,
They cannot buy him out.
I'm not. He's not the answer. If Russell Westbrook is on the roster come playoff
I
time,
think he is. He is at
they
this
will not
point.
win a playoff game, not a series, a game.
I agree. He can't play in the fourth quarter. I would find if they're not going to make the deal for Kyrie, I don't know what deal they're going to make.
Didn't work.
Um,
Jakob Poeltl, maybe.
Pat Bev, and Lonnie Walker gets you about 20 mil. I love Gary Trent. Love Gary Trent on this team.
They're gonna move him, but
And a protected first with Beverly and Lonnie Walker. I think that gets it done.
potential. There's potential for that team, but like I said, Ross isn't the answer. They tried to trade him numerous times. Even the Lakers are showing that he's not the answer. They got to get rid of him.
I mean, everyone knows he's out of the league within a year.
Give him away for a bag of chips at this point. Like just get something for him.
I don't know. I do not want the Charlotte deal. That's the last thing I want is Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward.
Gordon sucks. He got his minutes bumped up today, and he laid an egg 2 for
Talk
9.
talk about a guy that can't stay healthy. I feel bad for him. He's got to be retiring soon.
Oh yeah, I went back and watched his Utah highlights, and like it's like
Elite All Star.
oh he was an animal.
I mean, he did have probably the most freak injury in the last 10 years, 20 years. I can't think of another one.
That was messed up. That ruined the whole
Yeah.
team.
Let's talk about East versus West All Stars. I know it's not going to be like East versus West in the game itself, but I know I've got the West. You've got
Yeah,
the East.
you said that, and I was like, I was shocked. I was shocked at that answer.
Let's go through the starting lineups.
I was stunned. No Jaw now, right? Or sorry, no. Someone just got ruled out in the West. Who was it? Yeah, it was Jaw. No. Who was it? Their starter. Someone just got ruled out. They got to find a fill in for him.
I don't know. Was it hold on, I'm trying to find the starters.
I was saying they're going to either fill in for Fox or Anthony Edwards. They're going to get a spot. Someone got ruled out.
Oh, Curry?
Yeah, sorry, Curry. Curry's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got to fill
Oh,
his
it's
spot.
Fox is in. I think we're taking this with Curry in it.
Even though they're gonna like he's not. They're gonna replace him.
Is KD not in it then?
Then yeah, I get. He's not gonna. Oh, you're
So
right.
so no KD, no Curry.
So you're right. And then I guess we got to include both. We got to include both.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right,
So starters.
I got to pull up.
Curry, who's your point guard?
Yep.
Who's the East point guard?
Oh, my East point guard.
Kyrie.
Well, I mean, it was, but
So no, we'll take for. I'm taking Curry.
okay. Over Kyrie.
Luka over, was it Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah, he's probably playing shooting guard.
Luka gets that. Braun over, no, Tatum over Braun.
Right now, yeah.
Barely. I mean, you know me. I'm taking Braun in that situation, but I'll give Tatum this year.
He's having a hell of a year.
Zion versus, is it KD?
KD. I'm taking KD.
KD takes that. And Joker versus Giannis.
Giannis.
It's Giannis, yeah. So it's close.
And
Let's go to the reserves.
That's where I think the East eats up.
I don't know. Here we go.
Well, number one in the East is Embiid. Embiid takes the cake over anyone in the West.
I agree. I think the West guy for probably Dame.
You know, I like Dame. I'm sure
Embiid.
You purposely said him first.
I'm just saying he's playing the best right. He's on a tear.
He is. He's incredible.
So Embiid has the edge, but Dame's Dame's not far behind.
It's close. And then I got Jaylen Brown, my number 2.
Okay. I've got probably Ja.
I'm taking JB.
I can't. I got Ja over Jaylen Brown.
Wow. Take Jaylen Brown and swap him out with John Morant. Say John Morant's not even playing the Celtics. Just put Brown.
Put Jaylen Brown on the Grizzlies.
That team, like he's fighting for second. He's getting the secondary shots.
So Tyus Jones is the point guard. Bane, Jaylen Brown, Jaren Jackson, Steven Adams. I mean, they're good, but I don't think they're as good as they are with Ja.
Brown is probably your leading scorer. He's probably putting up 30 plus. How many? I want to look quickly. How many shots a game does Ja take?
Ja Morant.
I'm gonna look. Yeah, you look up him. I'm gonna look up Jaylen Brown because I think it's pretty far off.
20.
That's a ton. Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown shoots 20.
Where he shoots 20?
Yeah.
What website are you on? I'm looking right now.
Basketball Reference. They both shoot 20 a game.
And Brown averages 27.
Ja's right there.
27, yeah. So, which that is, I guess that's more surprising to me than I thought because how does he get 20 shots a game with Tatum? Like Morant doesn't have that guy.
They shoot a ton.
Interesting. I don't know. That's perplexing to me, I guess. I don't know. So then maybe. So is it more impressive then that Jaylen Brown is doing what John Morant is doing, playing second fiddle to Tatum?
I mean, points-wise, they're shooting the same amount of shots, so I'm honestly surprised Ja isn't shooting more.
Yeah, maybe that's
one.
Yeah. Why isn't he shooting more? Because he's got
Bane's good though. Bane gets his shot. I bet Bane shoots 16 times a game.
Which is in my opinion.
Jaren gets his. Dylan Brooks shoots so much.
Both those guys
for what he brings. Let's see Dylan Brooks. What's your guess for Dylan Brooks?
I'd probably say like 18 a game.
15 shots.
Wow.
As a fourth option. So that's it right there.
Yeah, that's the reason. That's messed up. Maybe that's why they're a flawed team, I guess.
Desmond Bane, 16. Jaren Jackson, probably what, 12? Yeah, 12.
That's better. That's honestly where he should be at 12.
Yeah.
Give
John Bane a few more and Dylan Brooks less.
Yeah. I'm still taking James.
Okay, I respectfully disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your third guy?
I'm probably gonna have to go Bam. Probably Bam's my
Oh,
third.
damn.
Who's your third?
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander,
All right,
averaging 31 a game.
this is where we're gonna run into some problems because you're naming guys now on rosters that aren't even in the playoffs.
You're telling me Bam Adebayo is better than Shea Gilgeous-Alexander? That's
His
outrageous.
his play result in more wins.
He's playing with Jimmy Butler.
Him and Jimmy.
Eh?
No,
Jimmy?
Jimmy's a great player, but Jimmy
Wow.
averages 20 a
You're,
game.
you're on something this podcast. I don't know what it is, but
The
some
Heat
of
are a
the
damn
takes
good team.
have been out of there.
The Heat are a really good team, and their best player is Jimmy Buckets.
If Bam Adebayo is your best player, do you think you'd be in the playoffs?
If
No.
Bam
No,
Adebayo,
no.
if if Bam Adebayo, you're on this train with me. If Bam Adebayo played like he did during the regular season last year in the playoffs, they would have a NBA title. The last 2 years, probably, that they went to the finals.
I've never seen Bam consistently be an offensive threat, like a legit number two.
I'm with you, but this year, at least his
He's
stats,
he's there because he's elite defensively.
uh, he is. Which
He's the
Gilgeous
number
Alexander,
two for defensive player of the year.
yeah, but Gilgeous Alexander doesn't bring remotely close to that, and he's averaging a double.
That's solid. I'm not. If they didn't have SGA, they'd be the worst team in the league, and he's got them almost in the play-in.
I'm
Yeah,
an
they get the
SGA
same
fan.
record as Portland.
Exactly, yeah. And Dame is your number one guy. So all these
Yeah,
guys, yeah, they might
that's
fill
what
up
I'm
the stat
saying.
sheet, but
Are you
they're
taking
not
Are you taking Dame supporting cast or SGA's?
Dames.
Obviously,
Yeah,
and
I'm
they
taking
got
Dames.
they got their one game less, half a game less.
I
So
hear you.
Dame is in. He talk about a guy who is not in the playoffs right now, not even the play-in, but we're
Thank
still
you.
giving him his flowers.
Yeah. I agree. I would be more disappointed in Dame. Like I have higher expectations for Dame. I don't know. SGA is that empty stats? Like who else is taking speaking of who else is taking shots in that team, like he's kind of got at.
I want to see how many times he's shooting a game.
It's probably up.
20.
He's right up
20.
there 20.
Yeah.
So all these guys are at 20. I don't know. I'm taking it's close. But I'd argue 22 and 10, and then probably the defensive player of the year is more valuable to a team than Shea Gilgeous-Alexander putting up 30 points in meaningless games. That's my opinion. I'm taking
Yeah,
Bam.
that's fine. That's fine. We're really disagreeing here today.
Yeah.
Who's your next guy? Because I've got mine.
It gets a little. I think this is where the East starts to drop off. Like those up
The
until
East has been dropping off.
up until Bam, I'm right there. That East is way better. But I mean, we got Julius Randle, DeMar, and Drew Holiday. I can't really choose between those three.
Sabonis is my next guy. You know how I like Sabonis.
Yeah, I like Sabonis over a Randall. I'll give you that one.
Mm-hmm. And
Um,
then I've got I don't know why Jaren Jackson's here. It should be Anthony Davis, which would
make it a lot
again,
different.
yeah.
JJJ is not an all-star. I'm sorry.
No, nope, not at all. I've also got Paul George, who I mean, I'd put him on the same level as DeRozan, and I feel like that's disrespectful to Paul George, but
Yeah, that's exactly where I would say he's DeMar. Cancel. Is this his worst year statistically, Paul George?
he's always around like 24 a game. I
Eh.
think it was 1 year in OKC, he went kind of crazy. I've got Markkinen.
So you're on Mark. You like him now.
I'm saying I think he's better than Julius Randle.
That one, I'd be more hesitant to
Maybe they're
argue.
on par. On par.
Yeah. I'd say they're about the same. I think they're both probably the closest comparison we can
Yeah.
actually have. But yeah,
I think
Drew
that's
Holiday.
it.
You don't have anyone else? Drew Holiday. I got Drew Holiday and Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, where are my other guys?
Maybe
I'm
Fox
looking
is
at
going to be there.
I'm looking at this right now. Am I missing someone?
No, I think one,
One,
two.
two, three, four, five, six, seven.
I got 7 bench guys. You probably have the same. You have to have the same.
Yeah, I'm missing this one. This thing has missing one person.
Well,
One, two,
John
three.
Morant, Gilgis, Dame Dollar,
Oh,
JJJ.
yeah, no, you're right. You're right. 7. We just must have already talked about someone.
Yeah. So give me the East. The East is far superior. Defensively, it
That'd
would
be one of
be
the worst takes I've heard in a while out of you.
what? I've been
It's
doing
not.
good.
It's closer. I could agree that maybe they have an edge, even though I don't think that, but it's not far superior.
I think. I think yeah. I think it is. I think it would be annihilation. Put these teams up against each other, and I got the East 142 to like 125. Who is like Giannis? Who's stopping Giannis on that side? They have
Giannis is
they have
getting
no
his.
defenders.
Giannis is getting his.
That's the thing though. Maybe like the West just has no really good defenders. Like where's that lockdown
I
guy? We got
mean,
Drew
if the
Holiday.
best defender in the West was there, it would help AD.
Yeah, but we're missing him. I mean,
Yeah,
JJJ
so
is
how does Zion start
it's a joke.
playing less games than AD? That 2 week AD run, we were talking about him as a top 5 player.
I'm with you. I am with you on that. But Zion, like that maybe ruins their credibility. Zion, I wouldn't even give him an All Star. I feel like they're just trying to
Bolster his status.
yeah, like he averaged 26 a game, which yes, that's impressive. But he played 29 games. Like we haven't seen him
I
in
think
3
he should
weeks.
be there, but I don't think if he's there, AD has to be there.
Yeah, put him on the
Because
bench.
we saw how the Pelicans were top 3 team in the West. We were like a game out of first, and then he gets hurt and they lose 10 straight.
He's an impact player. I agree, but
He's got to be there. But if he's there, AD's got to be there, and so does probably Booker and Harden. I don't know how you can just include him.
yeah, I would have put Harden over Halliburton as well. I don't know how that went down, but I love Halliburton. Don't get me wrong. He's I was on the MVP train, and then he got hurt, and then kind of proved my point where like they went down the
They
shitter.
stunk. Yeah,
But
but
he's back now.
Harden is just better.
Yeah, Miles
Better
Turner.
scorer, better passer. Probably not a better defender. That's maybe Halliburton's got him on that, but I don't think Halliburton's a great defender.
No, not yet. I agree, not yet. But
Coming down in the end here, let's get a rapid fire pick 'em.
mhm.
And I wanted to check. Did you have all favorites last week?
Yeah, all favorites. How'd I do?
You swept.
Finally.
We're back to dead even.
Yep.
So this week, I'm not sure when our next episode is going to be because I think we're going to try to get one in before the trade deadline. But it could be maybe I think we'll still get one in for our usual Wednesday night.
Yep.
But we got OKC at the Lakers on the night. Bron is 36 points away. First, does he get it against OKC?
They put him on TNT. I think he's
Yep.
gonna be on TNT the rest of the way. Like even if he are they on
They
yeah,
play the Bucks the next
on
game. So
TNT.
that's the one I sent in the Discord.
Yep.
I think he gets it versus OKC.
So 36. It's pretty hefty. I'm looking how many times he scored over 36 this year because
He's been averaging 36 since he turned 38.
Yeah, which is sickening. But he's had the last time it happened was on 124, and he did it back-to-back games. So
I could see him. So there's less NBA games the day they play the Bucks.
Mhm.
I think I could see him not getting it until then, so more people can be there. I
Yep.
think he wants this to be
Wants to be a
as
star like
popular
Celtics.
as it could. It's gonna be the highlight of the year.
Oh yeah, highlighted the probably last 5 years. Honestly,
Yeah.
they've been waiting for a long time for this one, but
So does OK. I got the Lakers, obviously, but I had to put it in there. Do they spoil his potential career night?
yep. Give me OKC. I'm expecting the Lakers in LeBron's point total prop to be the most public bet side probably of all the NBA season. Everyone in the world is going to be watching this game and putting money on the Lakers and all. LeBron's prop's only 28. He needs 37 over, and
Oh,
he's
if
gonna
it's
have
under 30, if it's under 30, under.
people are gonna rip that over, and
Yeah.
I think it's gonna. Yeah, he'll probably have a triple double with 25 points, and maybe they win by 2 or 3. But give me the OKC Thunder to spoil his attempted. Like maybe do you think it'll be on his mind at all? Like the pressure of I don't know.
I think he's got to have a hot start.
Yeah,
If
well,
he's got like 15 in the first quarter, he's getting it.
then people are gonna start standing up. It's gonna
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
actually
it's
exciting.
it's a crazy thing.
Yeah,
The record stood for 40 years,
I wonder how much ticket price. Like so, imagine you buy a ticket to the Lakers Thunder game, and you're paying probably top dollar because
and he doesn't get it. He's like a point off,
and he doesn't get it, and you don't witness the time that he passed. That should be a scam. The Lakers are probably charging double, triple.
ripping people off. Yeah.
Oh, and then he
I
doesn't
mean,
get it.
we've talked about this before. The fact that Kareem passed it the year Braun was born
It's insane.
is just too much of a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Um, last two games of the pick'em. These are on Wednesday, I think. Philly, Boston. Philly at
Philly.
Boston. I got
Philly.
Philly.
Yep.
Yep. And Dallas at the Clippers. Kyrie Irving's debut.
Oh. So yeah, that's Wednesday. I saw he's playing Wednesday. I'm gonna take the Clippers. It's gonna be a big middle finger saying, yeah, we didn't need Kyrie. We can still
You
beat you.
hate the Clippers. You hate the Clippers.
I do, but I got to give Kawhi's credit. He's been playing significantly better. Like if
He's been
he,
hooping, except
yeah,
for that Milwaukee game.
which was we can talk about the game another time, but like it was a 10 o'clock, a 10:30 start time on the East Coast,
Eastern. Yeah.
and it made no sense. But
I got Dallas.
yeah, Dallas. Okay, that's
They're
fair.
not losing. They're not losing that game.
They need that would be like that would be kind of a shitty feeling. They trade for Kyrie and then
They get
still lose.
blown out.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that game. NBA. This might be the best week of NBA regular season games. Might
So,
like
I
Austin.
mean, there was
Yeah,
that week when the Lakers played the Celtics. That was solid.
yeah,
It was like rivalry week. They
yeah.
had like Celtics, Knicks, all those good games. But I agree, it's a solid week. And
Yeah.
the Braun thing, trade
LeBron
deadline.
thing, trade deadline, Kyrie's debut, Kevin Durant's debut. I heard that he's going to be debuting on Friday against his former team, the Thunder, for the Blazers. So that'll be exciting to watch. I mean,
Oh
that's
man,
they're at
you
home.
can
So
dream. You can dream.
that'll be fun. If that ever happens, I'm
You got to
getting.
go to a game. You got
Oh
to
yeah,
go to. Yeah.
they're coming to Boston in March, so I'm excited for that.
As soon as you see the Woj notification, you got to get on that.
I'm waiting, dude. That would be the Blazers will make a move. I think they're a team that's a lock to make a move, but I
I
hope it's
mean,
not Jared
I'm
Vanderbilt.
hoping this kind of gets the trade deadline going a little bit. It's been quiet.
Yeah, the first domino has fallen.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Definitely in another episode before the deadline. Hopefully reacting to some more deals.
Yep.
See you then.